Now Center exists it's turning out to be a lot of purposes, right? The first one is to provide a venue for folks that don't always get the stage when it comes to conversations about business. And that's just a hard reality of life. That people that look like me are going to get chosen to speak more than Alex does. And we're not for that shit at all. So that's the first reason why we're here. Second reason is to generate cultivated leads for our ally team. Woo! Which you are. And the third reason is to explore the possibility of what it would be like in the world if all businesses operated from a set of commitments and principles that were authentic to them and the stand they are for the world. So that's the group, and that's why you're here. And thank you so much for energetically choosing to be here today and for participating and agreeing with us that that's shit that's important in the world. Cool? Mm-hmm. It means something. Your time is valuable, and we acknowledge you for being here. Thank you so much. I'm proud of the group and the work we've done. It's an honor to work with these people. So I'd like to introduce our speaker today, which is a human being that I just met
like 30 minutes
ago. Who's also a coach.
Yes.
Probably a better one than I am. And I just wanted to read to you something from Alex's website. It's about the purpose-first mindset. I'm not stealing your thunder.
Oh, you're good. Please do.
So for Alex, the mindset is made up of three key pieces. 1, to speak your truth from a place of good intention. 2, to take consistent action to further your purpose. And 3, to constantly realign your thoughts, words, and action with your purpose. Alex says it begins with setting an intention of how you want to show up in the world, aligning every action and thought with that intention, and constantly asking yourself why. Putting purpose first in everything we do is the key to finding meaning and fulfillment in every aspect of our lives.
Ooh.
So please make some noise for Alexandria.
Awesome. Ooh, I'm like, did I write that? That was good. No, I'm kidding. Awesome. Well, first I want to say thank you for showing up. The fact that you got your little booties here and you're here with me for the next, hour and a half, that's huge. A lot of people don't show up, so I'm really grateful. And I feel honored to be able to have a platform to speak my truth and for you to speak your truth. So this is not a traditional presentation. This is going to be fun, real, interactive. So the way that I like to start these, it's a part of my purpose in life to cultivate communities where people feel and know that their voice matters and it's heard. So every single person, you got 15 seconds to say what motivated you to come and what positive impact is your business creating in the world. Awesome. Well, thank you for doing that activity with me and speaking your truth. Like I said, it's important to me for us to feel that we can be ourselves and feel that we're connected in this next hour and a half. So before I get started, a little bit about me and my why and my purpose. I really believe in creating a world where people find meaning in their work so they can experience real-time fulfillment. And what that means is you're not waiting for anything. You're not waiting for a paycheck or that next big client or summer vacation, even though that's really fun. You feel whole all the time. And to me, that is the world I want to create. So I wake up every single day to empower forward-thinking entrepreneurs to infuse purpose into their business. And what that allows them to do is it allows them to scale their meaningful culture and their positive impact and their profit, because purpose means profit, baby. So that is about me, that is what I do, and today I am here to share with you how to use your company's purpose to get people to say yes and move them to action and convert that to dollars, because when you lead with purpose, you in fact make a hell of a lot more money. So I always set the intention. I am a big believer in that, so I have 3 intentions for the next hour. 1, for all you people that said you wanted to learn and grow, I want to teach you concepts that have really transformed my life and can empower you to activate self-growth. All about learning as well. 2, I want to build meaningful community around people who believe in similar things and have aligned values and similar purposes. And then 3rd, my movement that I am out to further is the Purpose First movement. So I really want to further the Purpose First movement with you. Does that sound good? Cool. All right, so the structure. I am going to teach you some concepts on this awesome whiteboard. Then we're going to do a little activity where you're going to reflect, and then we're going to have people share all the way up until I get called to stop. All right? Perfect. So the first thing that I want to go over, so I'm going to teach you 3 main concepts in a very structured way for you to feel empowered to know how to use your purpose in a tangible way. I'm all about using purpose in the most tangible form possible so it doesn't feel like up here and lofty and weird and like, what do I really do with this? So the first thing that I believe is imperative when you're selling anything is what I call you're taking people to the mountaintop. Does anyone know what that's from? Taking people to the mountaintop?
Hiking. Hiking.
That was a very Colorado response. Martin Luther King Jr. I believe, I talk about him all the time, he is one of the greatest purpose-driven leaders and visionaries and speakers, I think, in the history of frickin' history. And what he did is he got up in front of everyone and he just talked about what he believed in. So if someone is asking you about your company, instead of reverting to the normal of literally what you do and how you bring it to life, talk about what you believe in, just like I did. I said, I believe in this world. And get up there and paint this utopian society that you want to create. How do people treat each other? What guiding principles do people live by? Literally take your people to this mountaintop with you that you've created. That is where you begin your conversation. And this is what I always say. Where's Allison? Allison? She was doing the bingo and she came up to me and said, what do you do? I said, I don't answer that question, and I'm going to tell you why. I answer why I do what I do. So that is like the go-to question. What do you do? I do this, I do that. To me, it's boring. We're purpose-driven leaders. We challenge the status quo. So that is your first opportunity to take people to the mountaintop. You could say, you know what, Allison? I was like, I like to talk about why I do what I do. And she was like, okay, cool, I'm down. That's usually the response I always get. So break the mold and say, I'm going to talk about why I do what I do and see what happens. I'm telling you, people freak out. They go, what? Like, oh my God, that's the world I want to create? That's what I believe in too? So use these questions that people ask you at traditional networking events. This one's pretty dope. So we have lots of good intentions going on and purpose people. So use it as an opportunity to paint that picture. So the first concept is, I believe. And how I explain this is more of your holistic view of the world. So, like I said, my world, it's people are frickin' fulfilled. That's the world I want to create. So it's these holistic views. It's your values. So what boundaries do people use in this world to make meaningful decisions to them? And it's that mountaintop vision. Show them where they can go when they interact with your brand. Paint that picture. Trust me, it works. And really this too, at the end, is your movement. So what I love about this piece is you get to be really creative and figure out what movement you're furthering. So for me, it's the purpose first movement. I made that up. To me, it's putting purpose first. And my business partner and I were like, purpose first movement, done. It could be the self-awareness movement. It could be the impact-driven world movement. It could be technology movement. We can get creative and awesome and fun, but figure out what movement you're furthering and start with this. It's gonna be hard. It's like Bambi walking for the first time. I've had people tell me, they're like, Alex, I tried this. It's scary. I paused. I just reverted back to what I do. So you just gotta practice. And you're definitely gonna feel like a sore thumb. I'm always sticking out. I never answer that question. I always just rattle off my beliefs, and I definitely stand out, but who do people remember? They remember that person that chose to challenge the status quo and not do what everybody else is doing. And you have ample opportunity to do that everywhere you go. Any questions before I move on? I don't like saving questions fully till the end. If something's burning inside of you, please ask me, okay? All right. Next, stay with me here and take serious notes, because this is where no brand, I don't want to say no brand, the majority of brands is not competing. So, I'm going to teach you this quick little chart that my business partner and I created to lay out where brands are currently competing. So what's the first thing you consider when buying something? Anyone?
Price.
Okay, price. Next. Okay. Yes. Next. Think Amazon Prime. Yep. All right, let's see if you can get the next one. What else? We got functionality, cost, convenience. So it works, it's affordable, or maybe not.
Social impact.
You beat me to the punch here, sir. No, I'm kidding. So before we get there, I'm trying to give you an example. If someone was holding a Starbucks cup walking into a conference room or a boardroom versus if they were holding a 7-Eleven cup.
Status.
Feelings. So, yes. So, this is what I call the hierarchy of customer value. So it all starts with functionality. Does it work? Will this water bottle quench my thirst right now? Will this computer turn on and get me to where I need to go? Then, when an abundance of options came out, and we had more than one option, it's, well, I'm the most affordable. They're $10.99, I'm $9.99. And as we know, cost is a race to the frickin' bottom, right? Because now we're sacrificing our value. This to me is just silly. Convenience. So this is where Amazon is like dominating. I'm gonna be at your doorstep in 2 hours or less. But what happens when someone's there in an hour or less? Or when someone like teleports the product to your frickin' doorstep? Crazy stuff's happening, you never know. So next is feelings. This is where a lot of brands are competing. So I'll give you a really good example. I was at Whole Foods, and there's like this wall of drinks, like all the way. So probably over, I would say 50 to 100 brands. So they're all functional. They're all right around the same price, slightly overpriced. They're all convenient. I can get them literally right there. So next my brain goes, okay, well, maybe this drink can make me feel something. So I'm scanning, and I see one that says calm and focused. And I'm like, ooh, I want to feel that way today. So I bought it. But what happens when all the drinks just slap a feeling right onto their marketing? What's next? Where do you think is next? What do you compete on? Yes. So there are 3 levels where a brand can compete on, and this is ultimate sustainability. Just like I believe every human has a unique purpose, so does a company. Yes, they could be similar, but the way they bring it to life, the way they speak about it, the way they embody it is unique to them. So this is a game changer, and it's easy. It doesn't cost $1 bajillion. You don't need to dump millions of dollars into Facebook ads. You can do this organically. So the first level is self-growth. How can your brand activate self-growth for someone? Human beings stick with something when they feel like they're flourishing and thriving. Have you ever been to an event and you were like, God, that sucked? Yes? Most likely, I mean, there's probably many reasons, but most likely it's because you didn't feel like you learned something new. Growing and flourishing and thriving is literally part of our DNA. So you got to get clear on how whatever you have can empower someone to grow and learn something new. Next. Meaningful community. So when someone interacts with your brand, how can you empower them to be a part of a community of like-minded individuals that are just like them, experiencing the exact same pain points and going exactly where they want to go? People don't want to feel like they're alone. And people will make up crazy things like they have the most unique problems in the world, when really we all got pretty similar problems, especially as entrepreneurs. So this is massive opportunity for coaches, actually, and consultants. So a lot of coaches and consultants, it's one-on-one. How can you cultivate everybody talking together? Also for digital marketing agencies and graphic design agencies, it's more like one-on-one relationships. How can you get everyone talking about your product and how transformational the customer service was and how incredible each session was? Because when you can get all of your customers talking, money, impact, and money. This is like epic word of mouth referrals over and over and over again. And lucky for us, we have abundant tools to cultivate our customers. We could do a Facebook group. A highly intentional, small little Facebook group of all of our customers. And then you could do lots of fun community building stuff. It gets really awesome. All right, so the last level of purpose, which someone shouted out in the back, is positive impact. How does your brand empower your customer to feel and know that they are contributing to something way bigger than themselves? One of my favorite brands is, well, every brand that Elon Musk has, massive purpose. To me, it's just massive purpose. Everything he does, it's so big, I can't even fathom, and I'm like, I want to be a part of that. I want that Tesla. Can't afford it right now, but I want to support that purpose. I want to give my money to that purpose. Apple. So they're not like super purposeful as they used to be when Steve Jobs was alive. RIP, love him. But back in the day, they were never a computer company. They were a think differently company. They believed in challenging the status quo. So when you bought from them, you were part of this like fighting the man in the 70s and 80s. Steve Jobs was always going against IBM. He was like, screw you. I think differently. Patagonia, huge West Coast brand. When you interact and buy a jacket, you're contributing to the planet. So here you have ample opportunity. We are finally waking up as a frickin' society and realizing we effed shit up as a whole. I know I got my social justice peeps back there. You get it, right? Like we're waking up and saying, oh my God, the Industrial Revolution totally screwed us up mentally, physically, and we need to get back to actually caring about our world, our people. How can we contribute to something bigger? And here's what's cool. I do want to draw this distinction that you don't have to donate 1% or volunteer. How do I want to word this? I would say that's really what paved the way, like the 1% for the planet or doing volunteer work. But for me, I simply just want to create a world where people frickin' put their purpose first. That's my movement. That's my impact. So look at impact as like from a bird's eye view and more open-minded. Any questions before the last piece? Yes?
I love positive impact, and the first thing that popped into my mind was how big marketing is sort of co-opting that.
Yeah.
And you hear things like, Lululemon isn't for fat people, right?
Ooh, I have not heard that.
Yeah,
Shit.
I think it was the CEO of the company made some pretty disparaging remarks about anybody who was above a certain size and basically saying like this product isn't for you.
Oh.
And so, I guess where I'm going is how do you like authentically delineate the positive impact? Because I feel like there's already sort of this growing skepticism like, oh yeah, everybody wants to make the world a better place. But I'm not necessarily buying it. And I might just, be a skeptical consumer, but it feels like everybody's going after something like that these days.
I agree. So I feel like corporate America is like, shit's hitting the fan. Let's just get them to volunteer and we'll say some stuff and do cause marketing and everything will be better.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad you brought this up. I personally do not work in the corporate space because it's very challenging. And the way that I approach purpose in business is systematizing it from the ground up. Your purpose has to be infused into literally everything you do, not just marketing. And you're right. Right now, I would say some companies are giving purpose a bad taste. They're just doing all this cause marketing crap, and I'm over here like, you're putting a Band-Aid on a really giant wound, and it's not solving the problem. But I don't know if I have an exact answer to that specific scenario. I'd have to think more about it. But the way that I approach being mindful of everybody is, one, setting that intention. So I think Lululemon was whack on their intention. Like, what was their intention of saying that? Because that totally, that shits on a large group of people, and that's not cool. So I would say it starts with getting clear on what is the intention of every single thing that you're communicating, and then getting clear on who your ideal client is. So for me, and I always stick with these more holistic views. For me, it's a forward-thinking, purpose-driven entrepreneur. It's an action taker. It's someone who doesn't sit on the ledge and watch everybody else jump off. It's for someone with no ego. It's for someone who's open and willing. So it's more of, the way I define my ideal client is more values-based. Whereas some other companies may be very specific around more, I don't even know how you would describe, leaving out someone who is not a certain weight.
Yeah, and that was just a comment, I guess. I mean, if I could rephrase my question, I don't want to monopolize the time, but I went to a movie, and before the previews, Coca-Cola did this this puff piece about how their
Water.
yeah, the waterways.
I know. Oh my
it's
God.
like it's like, oh yeah, we care and we're helping and we're
And we
improving.
sell tea.
Yeah, exactly.
Makes me
and
cringe literally every time.
Oh,
I
it's
can't
so bad.
believe it.
and they're just systematically force-feeding kids sugar water and giving them diabetes every single day. So it's sort of like, if we're competing on purpose and positive impact is part of that purpose, then how do we set ourselves apart from cause marketing, as you put it?
The intention and what it is. That's really my open and honest answer. We can't let what Coke is doing, because shit's hitting the fan in corporate America, affect what we do as small business leaders and change makers.
Okay.
What they choose to do, put it out the window. Unless you're trying to create change in that area, of course. And that's why I've drawn the distinction. I was just telling this incredible gentleman in the back that I only work with teams of 50 or under. I need fluid, I need open, I need willing. I need that not negative intention of stuff, because that's what makes this goes to crown. The intention, it really is. That is the number one answer that I have for you on the spot. But I'm gonna think about it more.
Cool.
Yes?
I was gonna say, well, and like you said, skeptical consumers are catching on to that. Of like, who sees that Coke
Totally.
and go, oh yeah, no, they really care.
Yeah.
For Wells Fargo reinventing themselves.
Yeah.
So, and back to that, the negative intention will always reveal itself.
Yeah,
It'll always find a way.
yeah.
So, and I was saying this to someone, I was giving advice to one of my friends, they were letting their past experiences affect their future. I'm like, well, every experience is different than the past. And that goes for business. So why let what other people do or what has happened in the past affect what could happen in the future? And that's a huge principle I live by for business as well. Good question, thank you. Okay. Next, can I erase this? We good? Okay, cool. I write way too big. Okay, so the last piece of competing on purpose, using your company's purpose to get people to say yes, to feel connected to your brand, is what I call the positive transformation. So, you may see this a lot with online programs. Positive transformation. So, you want to get clear on what is the current state of your consumer. Because clearly they're coming to you out of a pain. Something's going on. They're frustrated, they're overwhelmed, they're lost, they're confused. So you want to get clear on 3 emotions that they're feeling when they come to you and say, holy crap, I need a website. Holy crap, I need business development strategy. Oh my God, I need this media thing. Oh my God, I need HR. So get clear on what the emotions are. Because remember, we act on our emotions. Even for all you analytical thinkers that use your neocortex more than your limbic region. Limbic is emotion, neocortex is rationale. Even if you think that you're always making decisions based on logic, you are in fact making decisions based on your emotions. It may just not be conscious, it may be subconscious. So, for me, I'll just give you an example. For me, it's overwhelmed, unclear, unsure, sorry, and lost. Overwhelmed, unsure, and lost in business. And then, after they interact with my brand and go through my framework or my experience, whatever your how is, then I take them to confidence, clarity, and direction. And this goes back to step 1, which is taking them to the mountaintop. It's saying, hey, I feel you. I've been here. Because the way that I see business, usually, as the business owner, you've experienced your consumer's pain in some way, shape, or form. Yes? I'm empathizing with you, I get it. But this is where I'm going to take you. And don't tell them how. People don't need to know how. That is when they get analysis paralysis and they're like, wait, what? Oh my God, processes, that. Just say, I am going to help you get here. Here's why I'm the best person to do that. Do you want to experience this positive transformation? And I'll tell you why this works. Because I've done it. Like 100%. I used to think I had to get caught up in like, okay, there's 7 modules and there's these processes and I would get myself overwhelmed. And I'm like, wait, hold on. Let me take them to the mountaintop. Let me show them how we're going to compete on purpose. And let me empathize with where they're at and show them that this is where they're going to go. And then usually on my sales calls, I give them a little taste. I'll do like an exercise that's in my program and they're like, oh my God. I'm like, see, you just got transformed and you're not even in the damn program yet. Are you in? And they're like, hells yes, I'm in. Questions? Good? Okay. All right, how many minutes do we have left? Do we have till 3:45? It's 3:22. Yeah, okay, beautiful. Okay, so what I would like you to do, let's flex this muscle. Let's flex what we just learned. I'm all about actionable learning. So what I would like you to do is, with your business, get clear on that I believe statement. Don't worry, it doesn't have to be perfect, but get clear on what is the world that your company is creating. How do people treat each other? What's that positive impact? And start with I believe. You could say, I believe in creating a world where. And it could be short and simple and sweet. Then I want you to get clear on how your company activates the 3 levels of purpose. So if you want to write this down, I'll give you like little sentence starters. For growth, you could say, I activate self-growth by. So like for me, I activate self-growth for my ideal clients by teaching them transformational purpose-driven business concepts that they could apply immediately to their business. Boom. Then community. So when you buy from my brand, you will be a part of a community where people blank. And then the last piece, I think there's lots of cool ways we could do this one. When you buy from my brand, you further the blank movement, or you contribute to this larger impact. So that's 2. And then come up with your current state and end transformation. When they come to you, what is 3 emotions that they're feeling? Most likely negative emotions. And then when they go through your incredible experience, how do they feel at the end? When they walk out of your office, they're like, oh man, I'm on top of the world. What are those 3 emotions? And if they are similar to mine, please feel free to use them. All right, so the intention of this next half of this exercise, I'm a big believer in intentionally pushing people outside of their comfort zone. I'm a big believer in taking action now. Oh, that was great. Thank you. You took action. Beautiful. I'm a big believer in taking action now, trying this stuff on. So from now until, I guess, 3:45, I would like as many people as possible to come up here in the front. You can use notes. A lot of before people are like, do I have to memorize this? I'm like, no, you're good. So bring your notes, and I want you to practice saying this. So say, I believe in creating a world where. Say your 3 statements of my company activates blah, blah, blah. And when people come to me, they feel these 3 things, and I transform them into feeling this way. So before I have my first volunteer, I'm a big believer in choice. So you get to volunteer. I will wait as long as you feel that you need in order to work up the courage to come up here. So this is like public speaking stuff-ish from how I've learned it. One, what I do is I like get in my stance. Like you're freaking speaking your damn truth. This is what you believe in. This is who you are. This is why you wake up every day and do what you do. This is why we work 12-hour days, 24/7, don't take breaks. So stand in your truth. Get in your posture. Then they're like this and this and this. Like really believe in yourself and bring the energy. I'm a big believer in channeling energy. Yes, I'm high energy, little animated. That's just my style. But we all have positive energy in us, and we have to channel it the way that feels comfortable to us. So it's okay if you're on the lower end of the spectrum of energy, but channel it in an authentic way. Not like, I believe in creating a world where blah, blah, blah. Like imagine these were all your freaking leads and they're like, I want what this person has, but you have to knock this out of the park and they're like, here's my money. Like get in that zone, okay? So energy, stance, wah. You coming up? Beautiful. Gonna use the notes? All right. Front center. Right here.
So, not sure if this was quite done the way that it's supposed
Hey,
to,
it's
but
okay.
We'll give it a try.
Beautiful.
So, I believe I empower anyone who's cash poor or has a wealthy net worth how to embrace a life of abundance and not have a mindset of scarcity.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on.
Oh,
That was just one out of the 3.
Okay.
So how do you activate the 3 levels of purpose? First of all, 1, beautiful, your belief
I
statement.
hadn't thought that through. I was so focused on getting that. Okay, so
Okay.
3 levels of purpose. So, can I come back?
That's fine.
Oh, thank you.
High five. High five. I believe in abundance too, so. Yay! Woo! Okay, who's next? Come up and speak the truth. Beautiful. Just heard a sigh.
Well, no, I was really like, because I'm now getting older, I need reading glasses, I can't see. So you're all blurry, but I can at least read this. So, I believe in making companies work efficiently and
Hold on.
effectively.
Hold on.
Oh.
Speak the truth.
Okay. I believe in making companies work efficiently and effectively so they can, in turn, positively impact the lives of their employees and community. Okay? I activate self-growth by empowering all employees to feel that they have a voice and they make a difference. And when you use our company, you become a part of a community that values everyone at all levels and they then facilitate your vision.
Beautiful.
I couldn't figure out what I wrote down on the when you follow my, I had
The
no idea what
impact?
I wrote.
Okay.
Yeah, so, but then I have, I said, by valuing every employee, you are empowering them to that they then want to make your business successful.
Okay. So I would say there, think about what that movement is. It's like the self-worthiness movement. It's
Yeah.
the work-life balance movement, whatever it is.
That you're a nobody, and that means
You're like
that
a-
whole
Right, you're like
yeah,
a
that
somebody.
whole kind of concept of I don't matter.
Right.
I'm just a number.
Right.
HR has a file on me, and that's all I am.
You're like humanizing business.
Exactly.
Beautiful. So
Exactly.
yeah, you have a lot of opportunity there to get creative of what type of movement are you creating.
Okay.
And you get to make it up. And you get to stand in that truth. So how cool is that?
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
did you do this too?
Yeah, I
Transfer.
did. So I said, when they come to me, they have lack of control,
Okay.
lack of drive, and they're inefficient.
Okay.
After working with me, they become, there's an even distribution of power, and hence that's the part where I was like, where I was like, sometimes we feel like when we're the owner and we're up there, or we're a manager, or you're a vice president or whatever, that you've got to call all the shots, and you've got to tell everybody below you what to do.
Gotcha.
But if you can distribute that and empower them,
Empowerment.
there you go.
Beautiful.
I knew I'd figure you get it somewhere there.
So when they go through this experience, they feel empowered,
Then, which makes them want to be successful, so they're driven.
driven.
And then it makes them efficient, so that,
So
well, I bet efficient saves money to further all the above. I mean, so that's where I was kind of lost on that.
okay, so I would just say get clear on what is the feeling word underneath when someone feels that things are running efficiently.
Yeah.
Do they feel sure? Do they feel capable?
Confident.
Do they feel confident?
Empowered.
Empowered, confident. What was the second one?
You're the one that said it.
Driven.
Driven. There we
Empowered,
go.
confident, and driven. Boom.
Awesome.
High five.
High five.
All right, let's do this. Beautiful. Front and center.
I don't know that.
I believe that having your own business is a way to help yourself and help the world be better. It helps you grow from being doubtful to being more certain. It's a way for you to join the being fulfilled with what you do, the being fulfilled at work movement. And it allows you to be part of a world that's successful and happy and at peace. So the emotions, at first, I can bring people from worrying about their finances and their accounting to a feeling of succeeding. I can bring them from fear to peace of mind and from overwhelm to clarity.
Hey, you have a great voice. Now just practice that, so when you get up here, you're just like boom, boom, and boom.
Okay.
Cool?
Thank you.
Good job. I think we have time for like 2 more, 3 more.
I'm looking Zach.
Zach, do you want to go?
He does.
Okay, as long as you want to.
I know he does. He's not shy.
So, I believe in a world where business owners feel confident in building their business, that they are confident that they are protected should the worst happen, so they're able to continue their business and support their families as well as the families of their employees. My business helps owners understand, what do I say? My business develops understanding for our clients and helps them grow smarter, not harder. We build meaningful community by connecting our clients to each other, where they can support each other and watch each other grow. We make positive impact by being active in the community through organizations that provide education and business growth opportunities. When clients come to see me, they're frustrated with the insurance process, they're unsure of what they have, and they're overwhelmed in trying to handle it themselves. After working with us, they're at ease, knowing that someone's handling it for them. They're more confident in understanding that they're protected, and they're comforted to know that the process is being handled.
Beautiful. I believe statement.
Yes.
The transformation was great. Your 3 levels of purpose was great. I think for the I believe statement, you have opportunity to make it really impactful. At the end, it was, you read it again, because at the end, half of it was like hit home, and I want that to be in the beginning.
I believe in a world that business owners feel confident in building their business, that they know that they're protected should the worst happen, that they'll be able to continue their business and support their families as well as the families of their employees.
Families. So, what you could say is, I believe everyone is worthy of feeling confident and sure that they can support their families at the end of the day.
Well,
Boom. Something like that.
like that.
Cool. Take it. It's yours. Good job. All right, one more. Grand finale.
So, I believe that no business should ever be ashamed of their website because they lack the skills or resources to accurately represent their brand. When you purchase a website tune-up, you'll learn how to use your website as an effective tool in your arsenal to get more business. You'll be joining a community of independent businesses who succeed in wowing their market online. And you'll be moving more revenue towards local business and away from the big dogs. So you'll be part of the local business movement.
Yes, that is actually a real movement. So.
And you probably have some shame, guilt, or anxiety about your current website. When we're done, you'll be proud, confident in your online presence, and certain that people get you when they visit your website.
I like that. Good job. Also, I have the same feedback. I think the second part and the third part was great. The first part, what I'm hearing is that people that want a website, it's because they have a message and a business to share, right? So I would say think deeper of what does a website empower someone to do. What I'm hearing is something like, I believe that everyone has a positive message to share, and nothing needs to hold them back, including not knowing how to build a website.
Yeah.
Boom. So like get clear on like what does a website empower someone to do? There's something deeper. That's why we do it. So
Okay.
good job. All right. Yay. If anyone wants to go, we'll set up a one-on-one. We'll do some FaceTime. All right? Seriously, if you want to practice, I'm putting that out there for you. Okay, well, that's all I got. So I hope you enjoyed and learned something.